Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So I just filmed a full face of Makeup Revolution for Instagram, and I thought it would be kind of fun to show you guys my entire Makeup Revolution collection, or I guess just Revolution. I also have Revolution Pro, and I also have some I Heart Revolution things and some Makeup Obsession things, which is all like the same brand, just like sister companies. Alright, so just kind of going in order of like a full face. First things I have are foundation and concealer. I have the Conceal and Hydrate foundation and concealer, and I absolutely love these. They're amazing. They are completely full coverage. My face today was really red and I have a few breakouts, and you can't even tell now. My skin looks very healthy, very like hydrated. Obviously, I already am out of order because I do have a primer. I have the Hydrate, and Prime primer, and I absolutely love this primer. Although I do have a bit of a problem with the packaging because like it's very liquidy and it kind of like seeps into the cap. So there's a bunch of product in the cap that I can't really use unless I try and like get it to come out. But I really feel like this dupes the Too Faced Hangover Primer. So if you like that primer, you might really love this because it's just as hydrating. The formula is very, very similar, and I definitely think it is a dupe and it's way more affordable. The next thing I have is one of the things I have the most of are bronzers. The first bronzer I ever got from Revolution is the Vivid Baked Bronzer in Golden Days. I will swatch all of these for you guys so you can tell. I absolutely love this bronzer. It's very glowy and it's not too warm. I love it. It's amazing. I highly recommend it. The next one I have is actually broken, and if you remember my video from a while back, you'll already know about this. It is the Chocolate Heart. It's technically a highlighter, but I mean it's a highlighter for someone with much deeper skin, so on me it's a bronzer. This one is very broken. This one is so glowy, it's crazy. This one is a tad bit warmer than Golden Days, and I don't wear this one too terribly often because it is very deep, it's very glowy, and unless I'm really feeling like looking sun-kissed, I don't choose this one as often. It's not my favorite. My favorite bronzer from Revolution is the Revolution, I think this is Revolution Pro, I'm not sure. Bronzer Reloaded in Holiday Romance. This is what this bronzer looks like. I absolutely love this one. You will see this one all over my Instagram. I am in love with it. It's pretty much just a warmer version of Golden Days. Like, they are very, very similar, but Holiday Romance is just slightly warmer than Golden Days, and I've just really enjoyed it a lot lately. It is my favorite bronzer, I think, at all. Then I also have one matte bronzer from them. It is the Ultra Bronze bronzer. It looks like this. Like I said, it is matte. It is also very deep. It's the one I'm wearing today. Here is Golden Days, the Heart bronzer, Holiday Romance, and the matte bronzer. I do have one blush from Revolution. It's not my favorite. It's not the shade that I wanted to get. It was the only shade available when these launched. And it is the Blusher Reloaded in Sweet Pea. It's very pale. It doesn't really look like much of anything on my skin, and I'm pale, so that really says something. This is it swatched. It's just really nothing spectacular. I really wanted the peach one, but they were sold out. So I got this one. It is the one I'm wearing today, but I did cover it with something else. Now, my highlighter collection is a bit different. These are some of my absolute favorite highlighters of all time. Revolution does highlighters so stinking well. Now, this highlighter is a tad bit too dark for me, but I wear it anyway because it's beautiful and I absolutely love it. It is the Revolution Reloaded highlighter in Just My Type, and it looks like this. This is stunning. It is so beautiful. I'm pretty sure this is a baked formula. It's just, look at that. It is so foiled and gorgeous. I just don't know how anyone can not love it. This one's an oldie but a goodie. It's the Revolution Skin Kiss in Ice Kiss, and this one was pretty popular, I feel like a few years ago, but here I am wearing it now. It is very pale. It's this one down here. It's very pale. It's not as foiled as the Reloaded one, but I will say I do absolutely love it. It's beautiful. Sometimes I feel like it's a little too pale on me because I mean it is almost a white highlighter, but it's really good, and the formula is so creamy, and this is so affordable for how much product you get. Then we have Revolution's highlighter palettes. Now these are what I'm talking about. I have had the Revolution Ultra Pro Glow palette for a very long time. I have hit pan on 2 shades in it. I have hit pan on this pink one right here and this one. These 3 right here are my absolute favorites. They are so beautiful. These highlighters really are everything. I cannot get over the formula. The formula is so buttery and it looks so beautiful on the skin. I absolutely love it. Like, this is just, they're gorgeous. No matter how much I absolutely love that, I can't get enough of the Soph X Revolution highlighting palette. This is like a dream come true. So today, I used these 2 highlighters, but I also used this as a blush topper, and I love to use this as a bronze topper. I didn't do it today, but I do love to use that shade. So this is very like, it has multiple purposes, I feel like. It's just these 2 down here. I mean, if you look at this gold one, it is so crazy foiled. And also the thing I love about it is that gold shade is not too dark for me. Like, I'm wearing it today. It's not too dark for me. It's crazy. It's like the perfect gold highlighter for my skin tone. And I'm honestly in love with it. Like, this highlighting palette is my life. I'm not really one to wander into the brow world. I have had the same brow product for over a year now that I've used almost every single day. Anytime I do my brows, like, I have used the same brow pomade. I recently have tried another one and I still run back to this one because it is it just rolled all the way across the room. I'll be right back. As I was saying, my favorite brow pomade is the Revolution Brow Pomade. Look away if you're ready to be terrified. This looks disgusting. So this is the brow pomade I've been using for over a year. It's definitely drying out, but I want to use every tiny little bit of it because I love it so much. And it's super affordable, so of course I'm going to buy another one, but I want to use it all up first because I seriously love it so much. And I'm almost out, I swear. Like, I have dug so many little holes in this trying to get all the product out. So before I get to eyeshadow palettes, because Revolution is like half of my eyeshadow palette collection, I'm going to talk about some lipsticks. I only have 4 from Revolution, and 2 of them are my Soph lipsticks. So the 2 that are not, I have a Revolution Pro lipstick in Stripped, and then I also have a Revolution matte lipstick in Liberty. Alright, so there is Liberty and there is Stripped. I've worn both of these and I love the formula. They're both very, very comfortable. If I had to choose a favorite Revolution lip product, it would be the one I'm wearing today, which is the Soph X lipstick in Cake, which is like the pink one. But I also absolutely used to love the brown one, the light brown one in Syrup. This one used to be my absolute favorite lipstick. These lipsticks are very glossy looking, but they aren't glosses. They're very hydrating feeling, and I'm not really sure exactly what they're supposed to be, but this one is Cake, this one is Syrup. These lipsticks are beautiful. I love them. You also can, blot them down and make them more matte. But I'm serious, they kind of just make your lips look very juicy, and they're very natural colors, so they go with pretty much everything, and I love them so much. So as of right now, I don't have any eyeliners or mascaras from Revolution, but I did just put in an order off Revolution, and I spent a pretty penny there with some things that are going to be here very soon, but they won't be here in time for this video. So I'm just going to run through and tell you guys all the things that I've just bought from Revolution's website. I'm getting the Blowout Mascara with Cannabis Sativa Oil. I'm getting the number 11 Labyrinth Volume Lashes, of course, because Labyrinth is my favorite movie. The Forever Flawless Chilled with Cannabis Sativa Eyeshadow Palette. The Pro Artist HD Refillable Empty Palette. I'm also getting 2 blushes, a bronzer, and 3 highlighters to go in that palette. And I'm also getting a rose powder brush. One last thing before we get to palettes, I would just like to throw in a quick mention, is the Makeup Obsession Dewy Fix Setting Spray. I love this setting spray. It makes me look very dewy. It holds on to that dewy look from the foundation and concealer. It's a really good setting spray. I will say that it's a little rough when you spray it. Like, the spritz it's a little rough. so you definitely want to be careful, but I definitely think it's worth it. I got this at Target, super affordable, just like all of Revolution's products. Awesome. Makeup Obsession's like a sister brand, I believe, to Revolution, but it's just as good. My palette collection. Oh my, I swear this is probably as many palettes as I had in my entire eyeshadow palette collection the first time. So of course I have the two Soph X palettes. I have the original palette, which I'm pretty sure that everyone has seen by now. Not really sure you need me to explain it to you. It's a couple of years old now, I believe, and it's a really good palette. I mean, it has so many different shades in it. You can do so many different looks with it. It's great for travel. Highly recommend it. Then we have the Extra Spice palette, which, you know, I'm not gonna lie, the Extra Spice palette really isn't my favorite. The problem I really have with it is, for me, there's no good, like, inner corner highlight at all. I mean, this shade Everyday is a little bit too dark for my inner corners, and also the shimmers. Other than Everyday and Infinity, the shimmers aren't very good in this palette. But other than that, all of the colors are very pigmented, they're very beautiful. I do like it. It's just not my cup of tea. This is probably one of the best palettes to ever exist, is the Revolution Foil Frenzy palette. This palette is truly amazing. These colors are just like to die for. So that is one of the shades swatched. Look at how foiled that is. Like, that's crazy. If you guys want to see a live swatch, I think I will swatch this one down here. Look at that. Look at it. How truly amazing is that? So I highly recommend you guys stop and pick this up. If you need some foiled eyeshadows, there's pretty much any color you could possibly need to do an eyeshadow look with just a pop of foil in it. It's definitely worth it. Then we have the Reloaded palettes. The Reloaded palettes are some of my faves. I have the Reloaded palette in Visionary, which is like the purple one. And this is so beautiful, and I love a good purple eye look. I have hazel colored eyes, so purple really makes my eyes pop. So anytime I need a pop of purple, I have this eyeshadow palette, and the shades are all beautiful. I love it. You can also do a very neutral look, or you can add a few pops of color in there. It's beautiful. I highly recommend checking out the Reloaded palettes. They are $7. Only $7 a piece. It's crazy. I also have the Reloaded palette in Provocative, which is seriously one of the most beautiful palettes in the world. It's such a beautiful, like, neutral pink eyeshadow palette. I feel like everyone needs this, especially for like Valentine's Day. Can you just imagine doing like a super, super cute Valentine's Day look and it being very, it's beautiful. I love it so, so much. Especially with Halloween coming up. If you need a little extra pop of color, there's the Revolution Reloaded Marvelous Mattes. I am super excited to do more looks with this. You've got a little corner of neutrals up here, but then you've got so many pops of color throughout here. You could do so many different looks, and if you just need like that one extra color, you've got it right here. And this is $7. $7, all these matte shades, and then if you get the Foil Frenzy one on top of it, you've got all the shimmers you could possibly need. It's like a perfect duo, let me tell ya. I definitely think that this is something that everyone needs, especially if you're trying to experiment with a little bit of color and you're not really used to it. I definitely think this palette is a good one to start with. I mean, it's only $7. You get a ton of different colors, and you can mix the colors and make your own colors. I definitely think if you want to play with color for the first time, this one is a good one. Last but not least, we have the Chocolate Bar palettes. So the one I'm going to start with is the most disappointing one to me that I probably will be giving away to friends or family or trying to sell it since I've only used it once, is the Peanut Butter Cup palette. It's a very orange, kind of warm toned palette. Of course, you know, it's peanut butter. But I just don't find any of these shades very flattering. I mean, there's a couple shades that I really like in it, but they pretty much just all blend into the same orange shade, and you just get a very, like, muddy orange looking color. I know some people have gotten these shades to work for them. They just don't work for me. But this one I love. This is the I Heart Revolution Red Velvet palette, and if any of you guys wanted to know, Red Velvet is my favorite. And this is what the Red Velvet one looks like. And same thing with like the peanut butter one. There's a lot of reddish and like brown, but I feel like with this palette it works. At least for me, like this really works for me. And if you guys are interested in seeing a little tutorial, I did do one over on my Instagram. I will link it down below. And I just highly recommend this palette. And you do have a few pops of color in there, but I think this palette is beautiful, especially for fall time. I feel like this one is almost a must-have. Now, last but not least is the one I'm wearing on my eyes today, is the Rose Gold Chocolate Bar palette. This one is one of the old ones. Because like you guys see, this is what the new ones look like and this is what the old ones look like on the back. And also the style is different on the inside, because this is one of like the original ones. So there's the two long shades. There was a brush in here at some point, and also the shade names are on a sheet. This palette is so beautiful. This was one of my first eyeshadow palettes ever. I think this one and the Soph X one were two of my first like real eyeshadow palettes when I actually kind of knew what I was doing. Some of these shades in here are very, very foiled. The mattes are very pigmented. This smells amazing, like chocolate. It is 100% worth the buy. I definitely recommend getting a couple of the older chocolate bar palettes. Alright, so that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I love collection videos. I honestly love Revolution so much. They are such a good company. They're so affordable and their makeup is so amazing. I mean, if you're out there spending hundreds of dollars on eyeshadow palettes and blushes, bronzers, highlighters, foundation, if you're out there spending a ton of money on high-end stuff and you're just not satisfied with it, then please try Revolution, because I don't think they will really let you down. I see tons of people that spend their money on high-end makeup. They don't like it. They just think this is more expensive, it's better. And I tell you right now, that is not always the case. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Also, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Let me know what other brands you'd like to see a collection video from. I have a ton of ELF, a ton of ColourPop, a ton of Wet n Wild. Just let me know if any of those brands sound interesting to you. Then give this video a big thumbs up, comment down below what you'd like to see. Also, head on over to my Instagram to see a quick little tutorial of this makeup look. I post new videos every single Saturday, and I'll see you guys next Saturday. Bye!